Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be filming a week review video on these new Milani eyeshadow palettes, and these are the Milani Everyday Eyes eyeshadow collection. So yeah, I picked up 2 of the shades. There are 6 total in this collection. I'll use the product for the first time, tell you guys like my initial first thoughts on it, and then I will come back a week later after I've been using these palettes for a week and let you know my full thoughts on them, do like a full review on them. Where I picked up both of these eyeshadow palettes, I got mine at Walmart. And I know that there's several other drugstores and stores like Walmart that sell Milani products. And I paid $8.97 for each palette. I know on the Milani website they're $9.99. So probably just depending on where you go to pick these up, they could be different prices. This one is in Earthy Elements. And this other one is Must Have Neutrals. So those are the 2 that I did pick up. I love the packaging on these. I just feel like they look so sleek and nice. Like, I love the gold. It's just so pretty. I love Milani packaging. I just think it's so nice. And it also comes with like a little brush here. I probably won't be using the brush today because I usually don't use little brushes that come in palettes like this. That first color does seem to be a tad bit kind of like patchy. Like, it doesn't seem to be quite opaque like the other 2. Probably would need to apply that one with like a makeup setting spray or something, like with a dampened brush to make it more intense. But wow, like those 2 colors, the matte ones are very, very intense. This other shade is also really intense too. So yeah, it's just that first one didn't seem very intense. Okay, so I always feel like my swatches, it's like when I look at it myself, the swatches are good, but when you turn your hand, it like twists, so the swatches don't look so great. But this is, what was this one? The Earthy Elements palette swatched. So those are the swatches there. Like, they swatched really good, except for that very first shade. So yeah, I'm really impressed by this one. And I'll go ahead and swatch the Must Have Neutrals next. The colors in this palette are definitely more cool toned and they are very pigmented. I really like this one. I think this would be a good like everyday palette. I think I'm going to use this one today in this review, but I will also be I'll also be using this one over the week as well. I went ahead and primed my eyelids with my Milani eyeshadow primer, and the first color that whoa, my camera just went out of focus. The first color that I'm going to use in the crease is just this color here. And I'm going to use my E40 brush by Sigma, my blending E40. And this color is very pigmented. I find that it is a little powdery in the palette. Not too bad. It's not quite as powdery as like the CoverGirl True Naked palettes. It's not quite as powdery as those, but it is slightly powdery. Seems like really easy to blend out. Really like it. I feel like this color looks really fun, so I want to put this color all over my eyelid. And I'm just going to use the E60 brush by Sigma. And I'm just going to pat this color all over my eyelid. Definitely like a really pretty like orange, like orangey coral color. Really like it. It's really different. I feel like this is a hard color to find at the drugstore. Really like warm eyeshadows like this in general, at least pigmented warm eyeshadows like this, I feel like are really hard to find at the drugstore. I'm probably going to end up changing this lip color because I totally don't feel like it goes with this at all. And then I'm just going to go in with the E25 blending brush and that second shade again. And I'm just going to blend the crease where it meets that orange. I feel like there's kind of like a harsh line there. Next I'm going to go in with this color over here in the Pencil E30 brush. And I'm just going to run this color here on my lower lash line. I'm not experiencing any fallout with this palette so far, so that's good. Even though it seems to be like a little powdery in the palette, like it doesn't seem to be having fallout on my face. But I am knocking like the excess eyeshadow off my brush, so that might be helping. find like this color here seems to be coming off a lot more warm once I get it on my eyelids than what I felt like it was in the palette. I'm just going to go back in with this color again and just blend the crease a little more. For my inner corner, I'm going to go in with this first shade here, and I'm just going to dampen this e.l.f. like angled brush with my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. You could just use whatever setting spray you like. I just want to make this color a little more intense because, like I told you guys in the swatches, like it didn't seem very opaque, so I want to just intensify this color. I went ahead and finished the rest of my eye makeup, and I also changed my lip color. If you're curious about what I used or anything like that, I'll have everything listed down in the description box. But my initial first impressions, at least on this palette and swatching this one, I really like these palettes, or I really like this one. I was super impressed by it. The colors are really intense, super easy to blend out. Let me go ahead and show you guys the date so you guys will know that whenever I come back, it will be a week later. So if you look on my phone, hopefully it's in focus. If you look, if you look on my phone, it is March, what is it? March the 6th. So I will see you guys here in a week. Do you guys notice? I got my hair changed, and if you saw some of my earlier videos, well, I guess if you saw my video from Friday, you already saw that my hair changed, but in the beginning of this video, it was darker, so I know you probably can, I know that you definitely can tell a difference. But just to show you guys the date, it is March the 12th, so it is one day shy of a week. But I have my opinions on these eyeshadow palettes because I've used them a lot this week. I've filmed some makeup tutorials with them, so I have a good opinion about them. So I just wanted to go ahead and film the update today. And this eyeshadow look that I'm wearing right now is with the other eyeshadow palette. Well, I guess this is the same palette I used earlier in the tutorial. This is the Earthy Elements, but I filmed another tutorial with it on this look, and it'll be up on Wednesday of this week. But to update you guys, and I'll also have a tutorial with this one on Friday of this week. But to update you guys on these palettes, I'm a little on the fence. Like, I like these, but the eyeshadows aren't the best eyeshadow quality in the world. You do have to work with some of the shades a little more than others. And for instance, with this palette here, like the two lighter shades, especially this one here, it is not very pigmented. I tried to use that color like wet on the front part of my eye today, but it just wasn't cutting it. So I had to use my L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in Eternal Sunshine to get it to look that golden. So yeah, these two shades aren't super pigmented. Don't really like those too much in this palette. The other darker colors in this palette are decent. They are a little powdery and a little bit chalky, so you just have to be a little patient. Definitely use eyeshadow primer with these eyeshadows. They do blend out pretty nice as long as you use a primer. So yeah, I really like these two colors here. I just think it's super unique for drugstore eyeshadows. It's really hard to find like these colors at the drugstore. So yeah, I would give this palette probably 3.5-star rating, just because it's not horrible, but like I said, they're not the most pigmented eyeshadows in the world. And then with the Must Have Naturals palette, the black in this palette is very pigmented, like once you build it up, and you'll see that later this week when I post that tutorial. But kind of like this palette here, some of the shades are powdery. I find that like the darker ones, like in this one, have better pigmentation and they're easier to work with. This light shade here though, this one is pretty pigmented and I do like that. But this color here, it needs to be a little more warm toned or a little darker or something. It's not a very good like transitional color, like it doesn't show up real great. And this color is kind of sheer like the color in this one. So I don't know. Both of these palettes kind of have hit or miss eyeshadows. I would also give this one 3.5 stars too. So that is my take on these eyeshadow palettes. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have used these yet and what you think about them, if you really like them, if you don't, and if there are some other palettes in this collection that I should pick up and do tutorials with. So yeah, just let me know down in the comments. If you guys did enjoy this, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. But I will see you all in my next video, and I hope that you guys have an awesome day. Bye-bye.